Yo, what's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? Okay, so market is pimping. Having a nice little Friday afternoon pump session. Let's frickin' go. Bitcoin climbing back up. Maybe we retest resistance here at 103.9, 104 area. I'd buy that for $1. What do you say, guys? What do you say? I just happened to scoop the low this morning when I was making the Patreon DCA portfolio video today. So scored the low so far, scored the low today. So very nice. Yes, you like it. You like it. All right. So who took advantage of the dip and who was too scared and who learned a lesson from it, right? Probably nobody at the end of the day. Probably nobody, right? So, all right, let's have a look here. Bitcoin's looking good. We do need like a decisive break above, though. We got to get back above and start closing above 110,581, right? We want to get above there and start closing above there so we can put in a higher high. So that's the mission. That's the man with the plan. Let's get into the chat. See what's going on out there. Holy smokes. 0 super chats to start the stream. Paul, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Blake, the lion doesn't concern himself with basic essentials. The lion just buys more crypto. Can I get an amen to that? Ty, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Jamie's in the house. What's up? Always one away. Reposting on X. Thank you so much. Brandon says, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. William's in the house. Speaking of house, it's O House. I'm numb to the pump. Let's go. Quentin, good to see you, buddy. Big John's in the house. Beebs, my dude. What's happening, brother? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. Bruno's in the house. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. We have 153 people watching, and we have 44 likes. Not bad, but we can do better. Let's go. Let's get up to 100 likes. Ray, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Carlos, hopefully we get this good weekly close. Yeah, hey, we're watching it. We got 2 more days. There she is, the one and only Gamma Goddess in the house. Let's get this money. It's a me, Mario. Good afternoon, Future, and all the Future family. The system trying to shake us out, but we're numb to it by now. Absolutely. Jared, wait, why are we pumping? I thought it was the start of a bear market. Happy Friday. Strawberry Dragon, what's going on? Ditto, first Pokemon of the day. He says, hey, Rob, if we close the weekly above 103.2, does that mean we're bullish or need to make another weekly close? Well, actually, the 50-week moving average right now is at, let me have a look, $102,986. That's where we want to close above. Daryl, it's a good day to have a good day. Absolutely, man. It's a great day to have a great day. Dave, good to see you, buddy. What's up, man? Let's go, baby. Jake the Snake says, I want all the dip. Give me the dang dip. Let's go. Gamecast in the house. Hey, Rob, I posted a picture at the parade in the Crypto Talk chat. I'll have to check it out, brother. Spencer, what's up, buddy? I sold everything and bought a nice, safe 10-year bank CD locked in. Very competitive rates. Nice. Robin, come on, 110,581. Yes, exactly. I hit Gary Daly. The FUD on Miria has scooped a ton of Moonwell and XCN past couple days. Couldn't be happier with these prices. Tristan says, rally from here. We shall see. Optic Ninja didn't have any dry powder, so I took out a loan for the dip. Beebs, 14 months, my friend. And yes, Rob, I did spend a few G's during the pullback. Nice. There you go, brother. That's what I like to see. First super chat loaded on Well, Swift, and Noise. Noise. See what I did there? Absolutely awesome. Avon, what's up, man? The FUD of Miria has begun. Is people FUDing Miria? That just means I'm gonna buy more. You're gonna FUD it, I'm gonna buy it, right? I will buy your fear. The Rob Father, the man, the myth, the legend. Joe Dorn supporting us over on Rumble, liking the green from the Rumble side. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Same with Over the Top, supporting me over on Rumble. Make sure you guys subscribe over there too. Help us grow. Help the channel get out there, guys. Swoopa, good day, Rob. Never a dull moment in crypto. Absolutely. Brandon says, what's going on, Spencer? Crypto is fun. That's an understatement. Whee! Splake says, ZBEC, XCN, XPR, XDB. X gonna give it to you. And very entertaining. Yeah, Steve says DCing into ZBEC, Jasmine, and Swift. Nice. There you go. Nice combination there, brother. Nice combination there. Always the best content, Rob. You the man. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much, brother. Thanks for supporting me over on X, too. Absolutely appreciated. We got 173 people watching. We have 66 likes. We're getting there, guys. Let's get up to that 100. Phil, hey, Rob. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. All right, guys, we're caught up in the chat. Let's dive into the news a little bit. See what's going on out there. See what's going on in crypto today. What are we going to talk about? Wintermute spots unusual capital shift as liquidity has dried up. Per the current crypto news, liquidity is shrinking as Wintermute spotted slower inflows. This prognosis comes despite a rise in stablecoins, ETFs, and DATs from $180 billion to $560 billion this year. This is because new money is not entering the market, leading to weaker rallies and fewer assets gaining strength. Wintermute, a major trading firm in the crypto space, says liquidity in the market has dropped. Per the crypto news, the company explained that even though the value of stablecoins, exchange-traded funds, and digital asset treasuries has grown from $180 billion to $560 billion since 2024, the research firm noted that there is little sign of new capital entering. According to the firm, money is now moving between existing assets rather than coming from outside investors. So retail is not coming in yet. In addition, this makes the crypto prices gain short-lived and limited how far rallies can go. Bitcoin fell below 100K, down 3% the past 24 hours after losing more than 9% in a week. Meanwhile, Ethereum also moved downwards, losing 5% to 3,200. Its decline comes despite heavier activity on its network. Now traders stayed cautious despite the spot Bitcoin ETFs recording a slight rebound today after losing more than $2 billion in recent days. Analysts believe that without new liquidity, crypto prices could stay under pressure. Market watcher Ted Pillows compared the current setup to 2019, when the U.S. Federal Reserve paused its policy of quantitative tightening. Then altcoins dropped about 40% and did not recover until the Fed started adding liquidity again. He said the same trend might repeat if fresh funds do not return soon. Most altcoins could continue to fall, and only a few might see gains. Market performance, he added, now depends on whether new capital comes back into the system. Wintermute's report pointed out that the recent rise in trading activity is coming mostly from internal capital rotation. This means investors are moving money between coins instead of bringing in new funds. That has caused rallies to fade quickly and narrowed the number of tokens attracting real interest. Some market participants think this could be a temporary phase. Others believe that that unless the macroeconomic conditions improve, crypto markets may remain in this slow state for a while. In other crypto news, altcoins showed mixed performances on November 6th. At its peak, Solana's price traded at $160.75, up 1.54% in the past day, but still down 14% for the week. BNB slipped 0.61% to $947, while Cardano traded at 53 cents, down nearly 13% over the last 7 days. Dogecoin stood at 16 cents after a 0.78 drop in 24 hours. Litecoin and Monero were among the few gainers, rising 1.47% and 3.14% to $87.98 and $353.22 respectively. Still, most major tokens have lost value in the past week. The altcoin index stood at 23 out of 100, showing weak sentiment among traders. The global crypto market cap now at 3.43 trillion, up 0.92%. The CMC 20 index rose 0.62% to 216.6, while the Fear and Greed index stayed low at 24, reflecting high caution among investors. Market watchers believe that the current outlook shows how much crypto depends on steady liquidity. Without a new flow of funds, even solid projects will find it hard to sustain gains. For now, the market is being driven by more internal trading than by investments. So what they're saying is that we need retail basically to start coming into the space, right? Or we're going to just keep trading sideways, which is not really that big of a deal. Accumulation is opportunity, right? My old bag of Harmony 1 really blasting. Is Harmony 1 up today? Let me have a look. Harmony 1. Well, it's up 23.7%. Not bad. Not bad. Jack Sparrow in the house. What's up, man? Last night's Patreon live with Max and Rue was so interesting. Yes, absolutely, man. We only do the best for the Patreon members. Big Kev, he says, it is a good day in Pico World, up 19% today. Don't miss Pico and LFG Adventures. Absolutely. Pico up 19%. Let's go, baby. AF says, happy Friday, Brother Rob and everyone. Miria got its futures delisting on 3 exchanges. Yeah, I've explained this like 7 times over the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I don't know why it's not drilling into people's heads that a trading pair delisting is not a spot delisting. I don't know why people don't understand that, right? It still trades on those exchanges on spot, which is what you want. Who cares if it's not being traded on futures? That means the price is less manipulated, really, right? Less people manipulating the price, less longing, less shorting on the project. For me, it's kind of a good thing, but I don't know. People don't seem to understand the difference between futures trading and spot trading. And a futures delisting does not mean a spot delisting. So Bitcoin has a CME gap at 91. Yes, it does. H. Barbarina, what's up, man? What the hell? YouTubers never send me the notification. I'm late because YouTube. 50 push-ups. Monero and TRX seem to hold up strong during dips. Yes, they do tend to do that. Zcash ripping nonstop. Wild. Yeah, not a good time to be buying it, though, guys. Not financial advice, but I wouldn't go chasing green candles. That's just, that's just me. Don't go chasing waterfalls. All right, Solana ETFs record 123 million in weekly inflows, marking 8 straight days of gains. Lord of the Realm in the house. What's up, brother? 20 months, my guy, my dude. Absolutely. You've been with me a long time, brother. Solana's ETFs are attracting robust investor demand with a combined 123 million in net inflows so far this week, marking 8 consecutive days of positive flows. The surge reflects growing institutional confidence in Solana's staking yield model and network scalability, even as broader crypto markets remain volatile. Data compiled from Bitwise and Grayscale shows steady institutional accumulation since the launch of Solana's ETF in late October. Very nice. We're seeing nothing but inflows on the Solana ETFs. Both funds feature staking support. Guys, I've been saying this for like a week now, okay? Institutions are going to be interested in buying, and big money is going to be interested in buying spot Solana ETFs because you're going to get about 7% APY staking rewards for it. Of course, when you're dealing with tens, if not hundreds of billions of, or hundreds of millions of dollars, yeah, 7%'s a lot, guys. It's a lot, right? The 8-day inflow streak comes amid heightened volatility in Bitcoin and Ethereum markets. Solana's combination of high throughput, growing DeFi ecosystem, and staking returns has made it increasingly attractive to institutions looking for alternative layer 1 exposure. With ETF demand accelerating, Solana has effectively joined Bitcoin and Ethereum as the only digital asset currently showing multi-week net inflows from regulated U.S. investment vehicles. Analysts view this as evidence of Solana's emerging status as a mainstream institutional asset. If current momentum continues, Solana's ETF could exceed $400 million in cumulative inflows within the first month of trading. A milestone that would place them among the fastest growing crypto ETFs in 2025. The combination of staking yield, network adoption, and favorable fund structure positions Solana as a leading altcoin for institutions seeking yield-enhanced blockchain exposure. Absolutely, guys. I've been banging on that drum for a while now. What do we have? Sav, do I see Myriad dropping lower? Probably not. Altcoins are pumping right now, right? If I go to my favorites here. Where's Myriad? A lot of people took advantage of Myriad's dump, I'll tell you that. Why can't I find Myriad? Where the hell is Myriad? Oh, that's weird. I can't find it for some reason on my bubbles. Let me search. Oh. Anyhow. Iron and Wood, nice to see the MROCs moving. Nice. Been a long wild ride. Yes. Daryl, 19 months right behind him. Riding the crypto waves with the best. There you go, brother. Oh, it says stick to the rivers and lakes you used to. Wendy, what's going on? Schumer's getting ready to talk. Oh, we'll see what happens. Let's go over to Squawk Box and see what's happening. Yeah, bubbles glitch sometimes, and it's gone, and then they come back, and I've seen it happen with multiple coins before. Investors should be buying the dips, says Stephanie Link.
Back down almost 3% this week. The S&P down and Dow down about 1.5%. Stephanie Link is Hightower Advisors Chief Investment Strategist, Portfolio Manager. Good morning to you. So,
good morning.
What do? Is this a dip that you're supposed to buy? Is this a knife that's going to continue to fall? How do you think about it?
Well, we're getting the volatility in November, Andrew, that we thought we were going to get in September and October, because September, October seasonally are the weakest months of the year. And then it starts second half of October into the end of the year where you have the seasonal strength. I think you want to be buying the dips because the economy continues to chug along, and that is leading to better than expected earnings. Earnings are growing 12.5%. That is much better than historically the trend at 5%. And so I think that you use the volatility to buy some of the stocks that are getting hit. You buy some technology. I added to Meta last week. I added to Microsoft. This week, we had great numbers from Eaton, especially on the data center growth and orders. I added to Uber. They beat across the board other than EBITDA, but because they're spending to grow, and they are seeing growth. They just grew earnings 159% year over year, which is crazy good. Rockwell Automation, a very good number. And then I just added to Starbucks. It's a new position because I think that the turnaround is starting, and I want to be part of Brian Nickel and that whole team that's driving better results.
Those protein iced coffee at Starbucks, I think that's actually going to help. No joke. I'm not laughing about it. It's a serious thing. What wouldn't you touch in this market right now, Stephanie?
Well, I know everybody wants to kind of bottom fish in energy right now. I'm not a believer. You have an administration that wants a lot lower oil prices, and I think you're going to get it. And so I think that group is more of a value trap more than anything. I really wouldn't touch any of these meme stocks, obviously. That's the one worry point. If you ask me, you know, kind of what do I watch? I'm watching those stocks. Thankfully, they're not big pieces of the overall market, but the activity is certainly, I wouldn't say worrisome, but it's just something worth to watch. But I would not touch them at all.
But
I think there's a lot you can be buying.
Well, the elephant in the room is whether this is the beginning of a big sell-off in AI or not. And it's, you know, maybe it's not a bubble, but there's at least some air that's inflated because you can look at the gains that you've had in those stocks over the past year and a half. They're stratospheric. So
yeah,
probably no one would deny that 2 or 3 years from now, the bubble or whatever, for lack of a better term, it's going to be even bigger, just like the internet, just like all the stocks we worried about that, you know, there were winners and losers. What happened in 1999, the winners were much bigger than any of us thought. Is that what's going to happen with AI? How much further do we have to go? That's the falling knife that Andrew's talking about. Or is it, I mean, they don't have to give back all the gains of the last year and a half, do they? But if they gave back half, we got a long way to go.
Right. Well, I mean, we have had really good run in the AI, the whole theme. But we're seeing massive amounts of spending happening because these companies can't meet the demand. They can't meet the demand. But it's not just hyperscalers
money doesn't exist,
that are spending.
Though. Right? Money doesn't even exist that they're supposedly spending.
No, first and foremost, the money does exist. There are companies that are monetizing. Let me give you a case in point on Meta and why I added to it. So not only did they grow revenues 26%, operating margins expanded, family of apps grew 26%, but advertising grew 26% and impressions grew 14%. And that enabled them to see price per ad up 10%. So they are monetizing it, right? So that is one of the, you don't want to own every single AI play, but you want to pick and choose where you're seeing companies where they're profitable and where I don't mind that they're spending to grow. But it's not a whole blanket statement of every single AI name. Look, we're going to have the AI, if you listen to a lot of different CEOs, the AI total addressable market went from 1 trillion expectations between now and 2030 to 4 trillion. Okay, let's just cut that in half, Joe. It's still an enormous growth rate, and companies that are profitable are worth buying on the weakness. This is not back in the internet bubble days where we were counting eyeballs for valuations.
Yeah,
right?
they're not all the same. Yeah, NVIDIA is not
exactly
expensive.
Right.
Some of them are at 200 times revenue or something, though. Some of the
yes.
Yes.
Look,
so it's not all the same.
It's not. It's not. I mean, look, I don't want to own companies that are not profitable. And I know those stocks have really run. I know those are part of the meme things. But I can find, I mean, Meta just lost 20% in like 2 weeks, right? So why would I not buy something that's growing, that's profitable, or margins are expanding? Microsoft, they beat across the board. They had commercial bookings up 111%. Their cloud business is growing 39% for a company of this size, right? Amazon, throw them in there too, because that stock has lagged. So those are ones I want to own, and I do. But let's find other names too that are going to benefit from this whole theme. Eaton is a perfect example. Vertiv is a perfect example. These are companies that are helping build the data centers, and they are profitable, and the valuations are not extreme.
She seemed really defensive for some reason, didn't she? Is it just me? What do we got? It's funny. The guy who was fighting this morning was saying Miri was going to zero because the team abandoned the project. But when asked for the source for his info, it was trust me, bro. It's always trust me, bro. Yeah, it's always trust me, bro. It's something he came up with in his head and then just started saying it like it was factual, right? Enzo, what's up, buddy? I think we have. No, not really. Not today. Nothing really for the probably this evening. If we do a live stream this evening, we'll probably have a little bit of an update on that. Iron and Wood, wonder if the word got out that the government is opening back up. I mean, you would think maybe that's why we're back at Bitcoin's back at 103,266 now. So maybe that's why we're pumping. Pumpy Friday, dumpy Saturday, pumpy Sunday. My thoughts on the sentiment that retail will never come back. Honestly, Tristan, I don't ever give any real thought to short-term. I don't know the word for it, but it's ridiculousness, I guess, right? That's just something paranoid people made up and started spreading around. Oh, retail's never coming back now. It's never. So then if retail's never coming back, then crypto's just dead. That's basically what that means. Crypto's dead forever. It's done. Retail's not coming back. It's the end of crypto. That's basically what it means. It's pretty ridiculous, right? Considering we're in the beginning phases of adoption for blockchain technology, it's one of the stupidest rumors I think I've ever heard. Prince by Fetch. We don't chase green candles here. Yes, exactly, Danny. This is a start of 1,000% pump incoming. Let's go. Dave, what's up, buddy? Do we need, what do we need for retail to get? Probably we need quantitative easing to officially be announced and starting. We need to see liquidity being injected into the markets from the Fed, basically money printing, right? That's one of the major things we need. Hugo says, Rob, I encountered some shady looking frogs in my backyard last night, and I had to keep. Nice. I see what you did there. Okay, let's keep this going here. JP Morgan predicts Bitcoin could reach $170,000. Keep in mind, the same JP Morgan that keeps telling not to buy Bitcoin is saying that Bitcoin could go to $170,000. JP Morgan analysis led by Nicholas. I'm just going to say Nicholas because I'm not even going to try to read that last name. Predicted Bitcoin could reach $170,000 within the next 6 to 12 months, citing reduced market leverage and Bitcoin's strong standing against gold. Analysts highlight Bitcoin's undervalued by 67% compared to gold, suggesting institutional capital inflow could boost the market cap significantly, impacting broader cryptocurrency markets. JP Morgan analyst led by Nicholas, I already read that part. A leading analyst led this analysis. He stated that recent market deleveraging sets the stable foundation for potential growth. So because we flushed out all of the longs, we may start to see all that leverage is out of the system now. We may start to see a bit of a short squeeze take place, and that could be a cascading effect to the upside for sure. What do we got? She sounded defensive for sure. Nothing like half a YouTube live being on entire news segments. All right. Well, if you don't like it, you know where the door is. Yo Mars. I heard one person who said a valid point that 30 indicators of a bull run peak have not happened. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much none of the top indicators have gone off. None of them, right? Bitcoin over 103K. Yes, it is. 103,276. Let's go, baby. So, yeah. So, a lot of leverage has been flushed out of the system, guys. Very, very bullish. All right, what else do we have? USDC surpasses USDT Circle stablecoin emerges as crypto's digital backbone. We've talked about this a lot, guys. We really have in the past, right? That we're starting to see the slow transition of USDC becoming the primary stablecoin in crypto. And I said that a long time ago, probably a year and a half ago, that this was going to happen, right? As soon as we saw that the US government was starting to adopt and accept USDC Circle as the stablecoin for them, you knew that Tether's days were numbered in terms of being the primary stablecoin. Doesn't mean Tether's going under, it just means that USDC is taking over the show, right? In a volatile arena of cryptocurrencies where meme coins often steal the spotlight with their viral frenzy, a quieter revolution is underway in the stablecoin sector. Circle's USDC has just eclipsed Tether's USDT in supply volume, marking a seismic shift, in the $150 billion stablecoin market. According to recent data from Galaxy Research, USDC supply volume surged by an impressive 129% year over year, while its revenue climbed 63%. This isn't mere numerical dominance. It's a testament to USDC's maturation into something far more profound. The TCP/IP or crypto, the invisible infrastructure enabling system global transactions. Yes, exactly. House says, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Yes. Yes. It's funny when you have somebody come in to criticize a channel for what the person's doing. Go run your own channel. See if you can do better, right? What sets USDC apart in this flip isn't just the numbers, it's the ecosystem integrations that are weaving it into the fabric of both traditional finance and decentralized finance. Partnerships with heavyweights like Visa and MasterCard have been live for years, allowing USDC to power real-world payments with the reliability of fiat. Stripe's adoption has supercharged e-commerce, enabling merchants on platforms like Shopify to accept crypto settlements instantly, sans the friction of legacy rails. On the blockchain front, deep ties with Solana and Base, don't forget Zebek, have funneled billions of transactions volume through high-speed, low-cost networks. Solana alone processed over 40% of USDC's on-chain activity last quarter, underscoring its role in high-velocity DeFi apps. You love seeing it. The chart from Galaxy Research tells a compelling story. A stark divergence in transaction volumes. USDC line skyrockets in alternating blue and gray bars, dwarfing USDC's flatter trajectory across Ethereum, Solana, Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, and Base. From October of 2023 to now, USDC's daily volumes have ballooned from under $1 billion to peaks exceeding $10 billion, driven by institutional inflows and regulatory clarity. Tether, long the market leader with its opaque reserves, now grapples with scrutiny over its backing. Not now. Tether has always dealt with scrutiny over its backing. They have refused throughout their entire existence to do a proper audit. They will not prove that they are backed. So is it any surprise that Circle is slowly taking over? Of course not, right? We're going to see a lot of people waiting in line to buy Miria when it comes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. When Web3 gaming takes off, I agree. Bitcoin is back over 103. Yep, 103,200, baby. Let's go. Ty, what's up, man? When are you going to Japan? End of the month. End of the month. All right, what else do we have? Stunning Bitcoin price surge. Bitcoin soars back above $102,000. In an extraordinary market movement that has captured global attention, Bitcoin has achieved a remarkable milestone by breaking through the $100,000 barrier, according to Bitcoin World Market Monitoring. The leading cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency is currently trading at 102,000. It's actually 103,200 now on the Binance USDT market, marking one of the most significant Bitcoin price surge events in recent history, or in the last week. When recent history is being a little dramatic. The cryptocurrency market is witnessing unprecedented momentum as Bitcoin continues its upward trajectory. This substantial Bitcoin price surge reflects growing institutional confidence and increased mainstream adoption. Market analysts point to several key factors contributing to the remarkable performance, including improved regulatory clarity and expanding use cases for blockchain technology. Moreover, the current trading volume indicates strong buyer interest across major exchanges. The consistent upward movement suggests that this Bitcoin price surge might have sustainable foundations rather than representing a temporary spike. Investors are closely monitoring whether this breakthrough will establish new support levels. I hope so. Breaking through the psychological price barrier often creates an additional momentum to cryptocurrency markets. So basically we've broken above. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but we've broken above 102. We're at 103 right now, which is where we want to close the week. But we still have 2 more pretty much full days before that happens. My wife kept telling me my portfolio was going to zero. And that it was only because I was buying every day. I'm so happy to be a part of this Patreon community, patience, and holding all my coins. Thanks, Brother Rob, for the community. Hey, absolutely, man. We got your back, brother. Ask Jay, please ask Jasmine about their computer processing leasing program. I don't think I'm calling it right now. Oh, you mean the Jasmine Secure PC? I don't know if they're in the West yet. I don't think they're in the US and Canada as of yet, but I could be wrong, right? So, yeah. All right, let's go back over to Squawk Box for another piece. All right, there's a reckoning happening across both Bitcoin and Wall Street, says Anthony Pompliano.
Volatile week for crypto. Join us now, Anthony Pompliano, founder and CEO of Professional Capital Management. I thought the whole exercise was just kind of silly. To have it's at 100,000. So you got a price target of 1.5 million. Okay, so that's 15 times. You're starting at 15 times as if you can make a forecast like that with any degree of certainty or accuracy. And then your resolution on the whole idea is so fine because of what you're calculating, you can cut 300,000 off. And then it's only going up 12 times. The whole thing just seems silly. I don't know why we really ran it there. But we are at 100,000. Do you think it goes below significantly, or this is a nut? We've seen this movie before.
Yeah, look, I think that there's a reckoning that's happening across both crypto and Wall Street, which is the Wall Street folks are realizing that Bitcoin is real and it's going to be here to stay. At the same time, the crypto people are realizing that Wall Street plays a very different game. Wall Street actually does not want an asset that goes up, 100x and then drops 80%. Every 3 to 4 years. They want something that is much more predictable, much more stable. And
so why'd they get so involved with it? Because
Bitcoin is not as risky today as it used to be, right? If you were buying Bitcoin in 2012,
it was at 125 about a month ago.
Of course, but if you think about the risk you take, you should get paid for. And so right now, Bitcoin is much less risky today than it was a decade ago. And so people are going to get a lower return. Now, what I think is really interesting is also that lower volatility in Bitcoin is allowing these large pools of capital to come in and start playing. And so in a weird way, the volatility coming down is opening up the total addressable market of Bitcoin. And what we have seen is less volatility to the upside, but that likely also means less volatility to the downside. Usually in bull markets, you see 4, 5, 6 different 30+% drawdowns. We haven't seen that during this bull market. And so you're just getting dampening of volatility over time, which frankly is boring to a lot of the early investors. And I think that's why you see a lot of those guys starting to sell.
If you don't take her price targets into account, the point she was making, I thought was interesting. And that is that maybe the notion that Bitcoin becomes more than just a store of value in digital gold, the idea that it eventually becomes something for cross-border transactions and instantaneous payment, that could be she's basically saying stablecoin could take a lot of that market share.
I would go even further. I think it's already taking that, right? I think that's kind of her point.
So Bitcoin's never going to be anything other than digital gold?
for years, I think I've been coming on here and saying, hey, we know for sure that people want to use it as a store of value. Maybe one day it'll become a medium of exchange. You know, the question of always like, are you going to buy your coffee with it? The hard part about using Bitcoin for transactions in that manner is if you think Bitcoin is going to appreciate, you don't want to spend an asset that is likely to appreciate in the future.
Guys that bought the pizza that now
correct.
Bought
And so instead, what do? You spend something that you think is going to depreciate over time, which is the US dollar. And so the rise of stable coins, I think, is really just taking the exact same asset, it's the US dollar with the same monetary policy, you're putting it on new rails. And what we're finding is that the demand for dollars was way higher than we ever thought before. And I think that's a good thing for the United States and for the U.S. dollar.
A lot of times gold, though, is non-correlated with risk assets. In fact, sometimes it's a place where you can park during times of turbulence in the stock market. You might like gold or treasuries or something like that. Bitcoin is still like trading like a NASDAQ stock, on steroids at times.
At times.
When does that change?
Well, here's what's interesting is at times it trades, right in line with NASDAQ. Other times it's not. I mean, earlier, a couple of weeks ago, NASDAQ was running and Bitcoin was going sideways, right? And so I think that what people are really trying to figure out is it correlated? Is it non-correlated? Is it inversely correlated? And part of it is that Bitcoin is still in this transition period. My friend Jordy Visser's got this great way of framing it. He says Bitcoin is having its IPO moment. And the whole idea is that you have the early holders of Bitcoin who are dispersing that Bitcoin into the market. And there has been billions and billions of dollars of sales of Bitcoin coming from those early holders, yet the Bitcoin price is still at $100,000. And so there is this persistent bid coming from the traditional financial system saying, we want to buy the Bitcoin, and we're happy to take it out of the hands of those early holders.
Do you think that the possibility of Bitcoin becoming basically worthless has been taken off the table at this point? And if not, what would it mean to the financial system in this country, to the Treasury?
Bitcoin's going to be worthless. I think he's going to say.
I mean, you've got institutional buyers, you've got governments, you've got sovereigns, you've got people buying. If it went to zero, that would be a real issue, would it not?
Look, there's always some, person who's going to point out the kind of 0.0001% chance of software
quantum computing,
or quantum computer, whatever, right? But I think for most people, they see Bitcoin as not going away. It's here to stay. And I think that's why you see these large pools of capital starting to participate.
People that think it's going to zero never short it. Listen, I would short it if I thought it was going to zero.
The market is the referee. If people for some reason think it's going to zero,
that's a luxury belief. That's what I call it, because nothing can happen. You can believe it. Henry Blodgett still thinks it's going to zero. It's either going to a million or to zero. It's a luxury belief. You can have it, and no one's ever going to call you out on it, but you're never going to short it because you don't ever put any money down.
I do think that there is a theme that is happening right now that people have not yet wrapped their head around, which is this whole idea of crypto is going to be dead in a decade, right? People are not going to be talking about crypto. We're just going to talk about finance. Everything is now merging together. You have the crypto world and you've got the traditional finance world.
So crypto will be just so intertwined with the financial world that we won't even use the term?
We used to think about the internet, like internet finance, and then there was the finance industry. Now it's just finance. Same thing's going to happen with crypto, right? BlackRock, as an example, BlackRock could be described as a crypto company. Their most profitable product is their Bitcoin product. They're talking about tokenization all the time. Like, they are trying to adopt these new technologies. All of the big asset managers, they're trying to figure out, how do we play here? Do we actually have funds that invest in this space? Do we tokenize our funds? What do we do? And so over the next decade or so, crypto as a concept is going to be dead, and you're just going to hear people talk about finance. And I think that's a good thing. That's the maturation of the industry.
How long did the people point out that, how long were tulip bulbs a thing? They were for years and years and years. I don't think 20 years, though, was it?
Look, I think that what people forget sometimes is how quickly everything is accelerating now. One of the things that we've done is we've launched a software product called Sylvia that allows somebody to come in and they can attach their bank account, their brokerage account, their crypto account. They can upload their real estate, their private investments, their credit cards, all this stuff. And the AI goes to work and starts to immediately begin helping them get their financial life in better order, right? It's kind of help you grow your investment portfolio. And the reason why that's important is because now all of a sudden software can replace financial advisors or your stockbrokers. And so we think that the same way that AI is attacking things in personal finance with a product like Sylvia, we also think that the same thing is happening. Bitcoin is attacking store of value. We think stablecoins are attacking medium of exchange. We think tokenization is going to attack the stock market. It is the digitization. And the framework I've been talking about since 2018, 2017 is we had an analog financial system. We then upgraded it to an electronic QSIP system. So you used to have a physical stock certificate, a physical deed in your home, et cetera. It all became electronic. Now we are going from the electronic QSIP to this digital world. It's the same assets, it's the same market structure. It is just now going to be in a different form factor, and that allows all the software to get to it.
And use a lot more energy.
It does need a lot more energy.
All right, Anthony. Thank you.
I agree. Let's go check out Bitcoin's chart, guys. She's climbing almost 103,400. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What do we got? Let's get back into the chat here. Catch up a little bit. Go grab some ZN. It will be the next ZEC. Jasmine Gang, let's go. Alex, what's up, buddy? When he says hit the likes on the way in. Yeah, what do we got, guys? We have 241 people watching. We have 102 likes. Well, we got to 100. So that's good. My ZBEC order won't finish filling through. Yeah, I should have put in a market buy, brother. Dave, those are fighting words to me. Yes, exactly. Wendy says, hey, Rob, do you think Zcash will hit its... I think Zcash is pretty close to a top right now, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of people that are FOMOing into it right now that are going to be offended to hear that, but nothing runs... Listen, people got mad at me when ZBEC had a monster run and I said it was topping and was going to come down. People got mad at me and said I didn't know what I was talking about. Zcash is getting close to a top, guys. It's going to correct pretty hard, in my opinion. And I know people are going to get mad at me. They're not going to want to hear that, right? But it is what it is. Restful Mind. We got Mew2 in the house. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I got some coaching calls I got to get to over on the Patreon. Get over there, book your one-on-one coaching calls, or join one of our group coaching calls today. It is Open Mic Friday night, so make sure you're there for that tonight. I believe at 9:30 p.m. Central. Our very own Crypto Mom will be hosting those. I did drop a trade video this morning for our trading group over there as well. All of our training courses are free for Patreon members, guys. Check it all out and so much more. The link is down below. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. It's in the QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen. It's everywhere you want to be. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.